Hi, I'm Rev Dr. Terry Gallagher. Welcome back to another episode of Come and See, where we look at what hope is for the future is possible when our faith guides our use of technology. We want to look at the transport sector because transportation uses a tremendous amount of fossil fuels right now. And so what can we do to reduce the pollution that's put up in the air from the burning of those fossil fuels to move us from one place to the other? Specifically today, I want to look at public transportation. So we're here at a public train station. Now you can see it's pretty empty. It's Sunday afternoon, so the trains don't run all that often. In fact, they're every couple of hours, and they take a long time to go into Chicago. So that's a sign that we're not really using public transportation all that well, even in a major metropolitan area. In fact, across the United States and metropolitan areas, less than 5% of us use public transportation. Most often, when we think of public transportation that we're willing to use, it's the airplanes that are up in the sky. But if we're going to have a future for our kids, we have to use public transportation that is non-polluting, that is clean, that is safe, that is efficient, that works when we need it and takes us where we need to go. And so that means we need to invest in public transportation systems. Some of it is not that big of an investment. There was an idea that came about in the last couple of decades called bus rapid transit. And so you can use the existing roads but dedicate lanes to buses and have mass on-off points that the buses can be picking up people and discharging people very fast, like a train. Having a common paying system so that you have one pay system and one networking system on your smartphone is another way to encourage public transportation use. In London, 50% of the people use public transportation. We've seen this in Paris too. When I was in Paris for the climate talks, we had picked the wrong spot for our hotel versus where the climate talks was, and so every day I had to take 3 trains and 1 bus. But it took me a half hour to go through 3 trains and 1 bus. They went bam, to bam, to bam, to bam. When you design public transportation systems so that they're clean, they're safe, they're efficient, they meet people's needs, people will use them. But it takes an investment. And so to get the investment in public transportation systems that are clean, to eliminate those dirty diesel, whether they're dirty diesel trains or they're dirty diesel buses or these bumpy railroad tracks, that takes an investment. And that takes our politicians, our government officials responding to our needs and the needs of our kids and in the future. And to do that, we're going to have to pressure them. We're going to have to get active in politics to tell them to invest in public transportation, to reduce all of the pollution that comes about from our growing addiction to cars. Can we do this? Lately I've been pondering a verse from the 11th chapter of Luke's Gospel in which Jesus was using as an example the satirical question, what father, when a child asked for food, would give them a serpent or a scorpion? And of course you wouldn't do that. And even though you're evil, you wouldn't do that. Now I wonder sometimes when I look at the future we're condemning our kids to, if we recognize what are the scorpions and the serpents that are among us right now. The pollution that we put up in the sky, the heating of the atmosphere, the storms, the droughts, the floods that we're causing because we're refusing to change how we live. Can we change how we live? In the book of Deuteronomy in the Hebrew Bible, the people were asking, why was it necessary that we wandered in the desert for 40 years? And God, speaking through the prophet, said it's because you did not yet understand that you needed to change. We're in a troubled time right now where we're wondering, is there any hope? And yes, there is hope because we have the technology. All we're lacking is the political will. The political will to end the traffic jams, to switch to public transportation that comes to us when we need it, takes us where we need to go, and is safe, efficient, and clean. Can we do this? You bet we can do this. All it takes is demanding of our political leaders that they respond to our needs and not the needs of the oil companies, coal companies, gas companies. We can do this. Public transportation, another one of the positive signs that's on the horizon that we have the technology, and when we have our faith guide our use of technology, there is hope for our kids, hope for the future. We'll see you next time on Come and See, where we'll explore yet another intersection of faith and technology and look at the hope that's present right now. See you soon.
And faith is not in knowing, it's a willingness to learn. And faith is found in loving when there's nothing in return. So come and see, come and see. Around the bend, look my friend, and what could be? Come with me, come with me. There's so much more to know, so come and see. There's so much more to know, so come and see.